Good morning, dear friends. Welcome. Here we are with another study of the book Green Light by the Spirit Andre Luiz through the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. I'm Shane Martin. I'm from the Spiritual Side of Richmond, and in collaboration with Kodak Radio, we bring this wonderful book for our discussion and reflection this morning. I hope you're well. Chapter today is titled In the Home Environment. How is your home environment? How should we act towards and in a home environment? It's a very blessed place for us to be if we're blessed to have a physical home. And we have a lot of different ways we can relate to it and be reverent to it as well. So Andre Luiz tells us, home is not only a building made of stones or wood, it is also a place where harmony and fellowship are practiced. So is our houses just a building, a structure, physical structure that protects us from the elements? The grant is a place of safety for us to be protected and rest and grow? No, it's also a place where harmony and fellowship are practiced. How is the harmony and fellowship between the members of this humanity that live with you in your home? He says, the social landscape of the earth would transform immediately for better if all of us in the condition of incarnated spirits treated one another inside of our homes at least to the same courtesy that we dispense to our friends. Imagine if we were as kind, as nice, as patient with those who live in the same place as we do than we are with our friends. And always remind us that the social landscape of the earth would be changed immediately, would transformed immediately. Have you stopped to think about how much nicer we are towards those who are not related to us, who don't live with us? It's much easier to be nice to those that are not part of our families, right? Because we have our histories, we have our current and past challenges and joys together, but it's easier to be nicer to our friends and family. Now, he says, support hygiene, but do not be obsessed by it. So it's important to have a clean, organized home, a decluttered home where we have less things to manage, to care for, where we can keep clean and organized. It also frees the mind to do other tasks. Practice gentleness and good humor. Do we wake up in a foul humor? Are we harsh and critical of others, or we are practicing gentleness and good mood in our homes? As much as possible, help with the housework. This is very important. A lot of the housework tends to fall into specific folks or people inside the households, but we all can contribute to the housework the same way that we make things dirty, that we eat, that we have laundry. We can go around and clean and organize and share the housework, and we can all care for the physical resource that is the home that God has loaned us during this lifetime, the ability of having a home. Even though we work and we earn our money and we purchase our homes, it's also because God has granted us this blessed opportunity of having this lifetime, these resources today. Without planning organizing your time and planning your tasks, it is impossible to keep order and tranquility inside of our homes. That's an important one. Do you have a means, a calendar, a means to organize when you want to do things, how you want to do things? You plan your time and resources as well. Do you have a means to have an agenda? Do you have an agenda, calendar shared where you're saying, okay, this week, those are the things we have to do. This is the time I have to invest. This is how much I'm going to dedicate to my spiritual center, to my home life, to my work, to my family members and friends. It says it's impossible to have order and tranquility when we don't plan. Many of us today, when you're watching this, we are addicted to busyness. We're doing, not planning, just going with the flow. Whatever the waves take me, I'll go. Yet, we have a limited amount of time on this earth in order to execute our reincarnatory plans, our commitments. Thus, it's very important, as a man under Luiz says here, to practice, to organize our time and tasks. Because when we just go with the flow, we just allow what is happening around us, we were going to waste and feel like we're wasting our times. If you go to the book Messengers by Andrea Luiz, you're going to see many examples of folks who came to the earth with a specific reincarnatory plan and that derailed for reasons, many different reasons. It's a warning for us now that we are in the planetary transition. We want to make sure we wisely use the times and the minutes and the hours that are left, where we can plan the task, we can prioritize, we can reevaluate. Today, when you know more about spirituality, some of the things that you used to do, some of the things that your friends and family invite you to do may not be relevant to your life anymore. With so much need on the earth, can I reorganize my time so that I can dedicate that time to spreading the good news of the Christ, not only with forums like this, but also giving our time to meditate, to volunteer, to work on my emotions, to care for my loved ones. Because after all, accumulating things and doing may not be the wisest way of spending the time that we have left. Last but not least, it says, remember that you need your parents as much as they need you. And so it's important, whatever form or shape parenthood comes to you, we need them and they need us. They gave us this life. They granted us the opportunity of physical reincarnation, the physical body, regardless of how that turned out in terms of they gave to us what they could. So we need to be grateful. But we have to be mindful we need them as much as they need us, especially in their old age. Last but not least, it says, the basis for happiness in the home is in the small little sacrifices in the family. So in order to be happy, the little sacrifices we make in our family members will bring us that joy and happiness of being a family. Not saying, don't hear me saying it's all going to be all well and good. We still have our challenges. We have our reasons to be together. God has granted to you the family you need for this lifetime of this reincarnation and those needs. And we are where we are with the grace of God, the permission and the guidance of Christ in our lives. Dear friends, I hope this small tokens of wisdom from Andrea Luiz have helped you, will help you today and the following weeks. Make sure to check out the playlist of the book Green Light and the book Calmness and the book Right Path, which is a series of studies that I've presented here in collaboration between the Spirit Society of Richmond and Kardec Radio. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. Have